Alright, welcome to Cinematicz, finding what movie is your movie this weekend. I'm Sean O'Hara.
And I'm Gabe Dow.
And today we are doing Zookeeper and Horrible Bosses. So let's check out Horrible Bosses.
If you want a promotion, you gotta earn it.
I have decided who I want to be our new vice president of sales.
Me.
You know, yours doesn't sound that bad.
We need to trim some of the fat.
What do you mean by trim the fat?
I want you to fire the fat people. They're lazy and they're slow and they make me sad to look at.
Our lives would be easier if our bosses weren't alive.
We gotta hire a professional.
I'm gonna be your murder consultant.
Explain why you're doing 61 in a 25 zone.
I was drag racing.
In a Prius.
I don't win a lot.
Horrible Bosses starring Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, and Jason Sudeikis. The movie's about three dudes, and they all work at three different separate places, and their bosses are basicly jerks to them. They all basically have a plan to kill their bosses, and that's basically what the movie's all about.
How was the acting in it?
I thought it was pretty good. My personal favorite was Charlie Day. He did really well in the movie as far as his humor and the way he did things in the movie. I thought he was the funniest personally, but all of them did.
So was it kind of funny?
Yeah, it was a pretty funny movie, but it's definitely for mature audiences. So it's got some mature language and some innuendos in there that are for older people. So
now,
yeah.
did it have a lot of like action and animation in it, or
just one chase scene with cars? Not too much action
it
in it.
didn't seem like a big action movie at all.
No, definitely a comedy.
Now,
for sure.
Was it fairly original, you would say?
Yeah, I mean, the storyline was very original with, three guys planning to kill their bosses. I've never heard of anything like that. Or even, like, the switch up with Jennifer Aniston being attracted to, like, the guy and trying to get the guy as opposed to the guy trying to get the girl. It's kind of weird, and it trips you up when you're watching the movie. But it's a really original movie.
And what kind of a rating would you give it? Like, what would you say?
Overall, I'd probably give it a 3.5.
Really? 3.5?
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. A little above average.
Yeah.
All right, so there you have it, Horrible Bosses, and let's check out Zookeeper.
Hey, what's that?
It says, will you marry...
Will you marry me?
No.
Really?
5 years later, the world's most devoted zookeeper
Come on, Donald. Let's move you out of the sun.
is getting a second chance.
Griffin, we need to talk.
Oh, crud.
You're the best zookeeper we ever had.
We don't want you to leave. You listen to us. We'll show you how to get the girl.
You think I should just maybe ask her out?
All right, now, slow it down, hotshot.
All right, Zookeeper, starring Kevin James. It's about this guy, Zookeeper, who a girl comes back into his life that had already been in his life that he really liked, and he's trying to get her back, and all the animals in the zoo are like trying to like give him advice, like give him their nature's way, and so he's trying to incorporate this into getting the girl, which is quite interesting, because humans and animals, they're not the same as far as attracting a mate.
Yeah.
The acting in it was, not bad. I love Kevin James. He did great. Everybody else was okay. They're kind of cheesy. It had its moments where it was kind of funny. It wasn't the most hilarious movie, but it wasn't bad. The action and animation, the animals were animated, and I still think that the lip syncing could have been better, and the animation was a little weak for it, especially with today's technology. So I think it could have been a little better, but there was really no action because it was like almost like a children's comedy. But even though anybody could go see it, but it wasn't high on action. Now, originality, I thought it was fairly original, but not too original because the whole entire plot was about a guy trying to get the girl back and seeking others' advice. But the fact that he was using animals to get the girl back and using their advice was, fairly original. I would give this movie about a 3, kind of your average, because it was funny, but it could have been a little better, especially with the animation and all. But Kevin James did great. I would go see it if you want to look for like a semi-funny movie for the weekend. And it's a great movie to take your kids